very welcome. It's good to have you here with us tonight at the African Young Brains. We also have Ms. Rachel Onomusi. And then I'll call on Priscilla to help with the recitation so that we can know our panelists better tonight. Over to you, Priscilla.
Standing on existing protocol, it's a privilege to read the citation of our guest panelists. I'll be starting with Ms. Adefowoke Ayokunle. Adefowoke Olubusayo Ayokunle is a distinguished legal practitioner of over 2 decades. She has practiced in the area of family law, gender rights, and commercial transaction, demonstrating her experience and expertise in the area of family law with specific bias for family mediation. Her academic powers include a Master's of Law, from which she is an author, a certified family mediator, and a certified arbitrator, a compliance expert, a corporate governance practitioner. She attended Miriam Babangida Girls Science College, Jimina, Niger. This gives her the opportunity to speak Hausa language with fluency. She attended the Olabisi Onabanjo University and the University of Lagos, where she bagged a Master's of Law. Adefowoke is a PhD student with bias in the family law mediation. She has been privileged to work with Niger Insurance PLC in its human resource department, where the niche for employment, insurance, and pension law arose. She also had a momentous stay with the commercial law firm of Adewale Adeniji LP, formerly the Adeniji and Oyelola, where she has been privileged to handle most of the commercial law transactions on the decks of the firm, including as the team lead secretary to the disciplinary committee of the prestigious First Bank Nigeria PLC. Adefowoke is a human rights and gender advocate. She has been at the front foot of this in the last 10 years. She's a certified family mediator. She's passionate about women and children, which led to the International Federation of Women Lawyers, Lagos State branch. She's the lead counsel at First Rose Solicitors, lead consultants Piamodam Consulting Limited, and the pioneer state lead of the NBA Women Forum Lagos chapter between the year 2022 and 2024. One of the forums of the Nigerian Bar Association, immediate past secretary of the FIDA Lagos, and currently the chairperson of Belge University Parent Forum. She's currently the head compliance at First Rose Solicitors, a commercial law firm with major interest in transactional law, arbitration, as well as family law and mediation. She co-authored an article on custody and maintenance of children, a Siamese twins in International Journal of Comparative Law and Legal Philosophy in 2022. Please welcome Adefowoke Ayokunle. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. Thank you so very much. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Dr. Priscilla, let's have the citation for Mrs. Rachel Onomusi.
Okay, I'll be happy to welcome Ms. Rachel Onomusi. I'm standing on also existing protocol. Ms. Rachel Onomusi is the founder and the CEO of VN Sync, a UK-based tech company and a full-service marketing firm with expertise in all aspects of media and a strong focus on digital strategy development and implementation. 7 clients across Africa, Europe, and America, VNC Sync delivers innovative solutions to help leaders, startups, SMEs, and global corporate brands thrive in the digital age. With a proven track record of success, Ms. Onomusi's project spans media and publicity strategy development, marketing, consulting, market research, corporate and personal brand management, product and campaign launches, as well as technology training and certification platform management. A highly skilled digital media strategist and growth facilitator, her extensive portfolio includes crafting and implementing the media and engagement strategy for a major national presidential campaign, designing the rollout strategy for a leading political party, and managing media strategies for various global non-profit and corporate organizations. A sought-after speaker and media contributor, Ms. Onomusi has delivered powerful presentations at prestigious events, including Google Women Tech Makers Conferences, the Women Transforming Tech Conference, and VMware speaking sessions. Our passion spans leadership development, personal agency, and empowering individuals to reach their full potential. Our thought-provoking insights have earned her features in esteemed publications such as Business Day, The Guardian, This Day, the BBC, and more. Further commenting her reputation as a global thought leader, she's dedicated to creating a lasting impact. Rachel Onomusi is passionate about supporting education and sustainable development initiatives. Her ability to inspire and drive meaningful change has made her a trusted advisor and partner to clients worldwide. Please welcome Ms. Rachel Onomusi. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Thank you so very much for having me as a part of this esteemed panel, and thank you for the very warm welcome.
You're welcome. And we have joining us tonight Mrs. Amara Ifeanyichukwu Njoko. She's one of our panelists too, and Dr. Priscilla will be reading the citation for Mrs. Amara Ifeanyichukwu Njoko. You're welcome, ma.
Standing on existing protocol again, I'm happy to read the citation of Ms. Amara Ifeanyichukwu Njoko. Amara Ifeanyichukwu Njoko is a seasoned marketing professional with over 15 years of experience in B2B and B2C marketing. She's currently the team lead for SME banking at Providus Bank. She has driven significant business growth and brand recognition through strategic marketing and innovative solutions. Amara is also the founder of Outside Marketing, a marketing consulting firm through which she has delivered substantial ROI growth for clients and trained over 150 SMEs in achieving online business success. Her expertise spans digital marketing, lead generation, brand management, and strategic planning. Holding a master's degree in marketing communications from Pan Atlantic University, Amara is a certified member of the Chartered Institute of Marketing, United Kingdom. She is passionate about empowering businesses and professionals, making her a sought-after speaker known for her practical and inspiring presentations. Please welcome Amara Ifeanyichukwu Njoko. Am I audible, please?
Yes,
I can't hear anyone.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. You're welcome, ma. Okay, waiting for her to say something to us. You're welcome, Mrs. Amara. It's good to have you here tonight. All right.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. It's an honor to be here, and I'm very glad to be among the people discussing the very important issue we're about to talk about today. So thank you. Good evening, everyone.
You're welcome, ma. Good evening, ma. All right. Since 2011, when the International Girl Child Day was declared by the United Nations, I mean, it's been 14 years to highlight the unique challenges girls face, to recognize girls' rights and also to promote their empowerment, to promote their education. And it's very important because of the challenges around us. So many people still believe that women shouldn't have access, or girl, you will soon get married, go to your husband's house. And so they don't really give a kind of attention that is required, to a girl child. And so the UN had to come up with this and say, all right, let's declare a day so that we'll still establish the fact that girls have rights. They have rights to education. And so they have rights for their voices to be heard as well. And so we'll continue to talk about it until every girl's voice is heard, to encourage leadership, to speak to power, to encourage people around us to promote education for girls around us and wherever they are. And more so in this time and age where there are still identity crises for girls. Girls are still, some of them are still timid, and maybe because of the exposure that they have or the environment that they have. And then we have this wonderful women tonight to speak to us and to help us to be able to deliver on this theme, the girl child I am, the change I lead, girls on the front lines of crisis. And we want to ask, I'll be starting with Mrs. Adefowoke Ayoponle. What does it truly mean? What does it mean to truly know and celebrate who you are as a woman or for a girl child? Can you help us? I mean, we're looking at the self-awareness. We're looking at helping girls basically to have the confidence in themselves for their voices to be heard. Over to you, Mrs. Adefowoke.
Just to say you're on mute, Mom.
Okay, so sorry. I said this is actually a personal journey that won't start for any girl child when that girl child becomes probably an adult. It's a journey of starting as a toddler. And the only way that this can really be specific with that particular child is the background that the child has from the home, reaffirmation to the child, getting the identity of the child from toddler, not giving that child, making that child inferior to the other gender. That's the starting point for any child, any girl child. Affirmation, regular affirmation from the parent, the way the child has been basically brought up, the words to the child by the parents. That gives the child, a great self-awareness. It's basically a parental obligation. And because you know that the narrative is always probably from the home, what you put in the head of the child as a toddler stays with the child for a very, very long time. If you let the child to be self-aware that she is more, she's good enough, she's enough, then you build a lot of courage in the child, you build a lot of resilience in the child, you build boldness in that child. And that child becomes resilient, courageous, bold, speaks with authority and with pride. And in that regard, she sees a level playing field without thinking that, oh, because I'm a girl, I cannot do this. Oh, because I'm a girl, I'm not supposed to do this. So that is basically where the issue of the identity of the girl child comes from. And as parents, until we continue to do it, change the narrative, then our girl child, because the field is big enough for all of us to stand on and for all of us to fly without any bias or whatsoever. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. Um, this goes to Mrs. Onomusi. There are cultural expectations, basically, and some beliefs, even amongst us. Well, we may look at it that, is it an African thing, or maybe the environment where we find ourselves? So I want you to talk to us, uh, just to mention some stereotypes that still hold girl child or girls or women back today, and how they can be challenged.
That's a really, really valid question. Thank you for that. There are so many challenges that are rooted in, and the goalposts move, right? Somebody will tell you that this thing is in a religious book, for example. So they may tell you it's in the Bible or in the Quran. And then when you counter that, they'll tell you, oh, but it's tradition, or oh, but it's society, or oh, this is how we've always done it. So there's always an authority that is greater than you as an individual to try to stifle growth or to keep you in a place of conformity for what the society wants for you. Some of these things may be rising to your full potential, what you can do, how high you can get, who you are supposed to become, what constitutes excellence or constitutes success. So you may be in a position where you may be aiming for academic success or entrepreneurial success or professional success, and somebody will tell you that actually no, success is just get married and have children. That is absolutely success. I'm not here to suggest that it's not, but I'm saying that it's very much subjective. It's a case of, is that what you want? And if it is not, and if you want something different, a society that enforces that thing that you want is alien to our culture or alien to our religion or alien to our tradition, is a means of oppression. It's a means of stifling growth. It's a means of putting a barrier in place. So when you're talking about what these stereotypes are and what are some of the things that they can do to do something different, the first thing has got to be just pulling on something that the speaker before me mentioned, which is upbringing and the things that you hear over and over again and how they are reaffirmed in your life and become a reality to you. The first thing has got to be an unlearning and a relearning. Who am I? What do I want? If I could do anything I wanted in the world, what would that thing be? Once you come to who you are, then the next thing has got to be self-knowledge and self-awareness. What are my values? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are my fears? What are my needs? What am I afraid of? What am I willing to do to get what I want? If who you are and what you want aligns with how you were brought up, then that's perfect. You're in the right place at the right time with the right background and education and training to be your best self. If what you want and who you actually believe you are does not align with that upbringing, then you have work to do. You have to unlearn things. You have to relearn things. You have to consider mentors outside of your immediate circle. All these people that are telling me this thing, but there's this other lady I know who doesn't live like this and who hasn't died, who's actually celebrated, who's actually beloved, who's actually making their own way. I think it would be great to have a conversation with that lady. I think it would be great to ask her how she did it, how she decided to change her journey, to change her story. So I think breaking barriers, first of all, comes from knowing oneself. And then secondly, moving on to how do I go from where I am now to where I want to be? And what resources do I need? Am I exposed to? Can I take advantage of to become that end goal? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you very much, Ma. It's like breaking barriers and going from where you are to where you want to be. And if you even need to go out of your way to ask questions getting a model, getting someone that you feel, okay, maybe this is where I want to be. How can I get there? And, networking and doing all that. Thank you very much, man. And then we're also looking at, because part of the team is, apart from the self-awareness, we're looking at the chain that I lead. Some women have broken barriers. So it's not something that cannot be done. And for a girl child, you can actually look around you and see that, oh, if this person can do this, then I can do it. Sort of encouragement and a kind of lead to be able to go in the direction of knowing and becoming who you know yourself to be, or where you really want to go. And so this other question goes to Mrs. Amara Faichuku. Thank you so much, Ma, for joining us tonight. We're looking at the leadership, the resilience. If I want to look up to someone, that, all right, if this person can break barrier, that means there are opportunities for me to, I can also become like this or better than in my immediate environment or what I'm currently doing. So we're focusing on girls and women as leaders in times of crisis, maybe in education, economy, in all ramifications. Can you talk to us, please, how girls or women have demonstrated leadership, especially in moments of crisis, and how have they been able to inspire change in their immediate environment? Please talk to us, Ma.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so I'll start with the last speaker mentioned self-awareness. So one of the key things that will happen first, I don't know if you can hear me clearly.
Yes, we can.
So one of the first things is for the girl child is first is self-awareness. So what happens is you know your skills. Once you're self-aware, you know what your skills are, your talents, you know your weaknesses, and then confidence. I notice that confidence is part of what we're discussing today. Confidence means that as you've known your skills, you are able to project your voice and say, okay, now this is the skill God has blessed me with. This is what I have acquired as maybe from my parents or learned from this person and that person, and then is how it can help in shaping the community. So when you now bring it to where you are as a woman, first, whose role is it to make sure that girls are self-aware, that girls are also confident? Is our roles as women, our roles as maybe guardians, in any capacity where we see ourselves, in the workplace and anywhere where we see ourselves, we are the role models that they will look up to. Now, when it has to do with them, so when they are self-aware, when they now know who they are, when they've grown, when they find themselves in situations, maybe in the workplace, let me use the workplace, for example, you're in a 9 to 5. Now, sometimes, what will I say? So maybe jobs will come up. Action, there are things that will necessitate, maybe at times of crisis, maybe there's a project that will come up. Sometimes, most times we women, we are very hard on we tend to be very hard on ourselves. We will say we are not smart enough, we are not strong enough, we just want to be perfect before we raise our hand and say, hey, I can lead this team. But when we've taught the girl child to be very confident in themselves, then when that opportunity comes for you to speak up and be confident, then when there is crisis in the workplace, we can raise our hand. The girls, even us as women, there are times you will notice that there's someone in your team that is a girl that is shying away from responsibility or projecting themselves or leading in times of crisis. It is your job as the woman or as the guardian or as the mentor, really. Sometimes we mentor people without them knowing that we're mentoring them. So it is your job to encourage them to raise their hand and lead. So you guide them to lead in that at that time of crisis. For example, in a banking sector, for example, and there's a project, and you know that apart from being maybe a salesperson, when you're at home, you're a tech enthusiast. So on your own, you've taken your tech courses and all that, and then something suddenly comes up that needs your skill. a man will typically find it easier to raise their hand and volunteer. However, if you're the team lead of such a situation, it is your job to ensure that that lady that you know that has been taking extra courses will lead in that time to resolve that issue. What does it do for that girl? At the end of the day, it makes that person very more confident because they have led, they've been put in a place of leadership, and then they have also helped to solve issues. So yes, it is very important to encourage the girls to lead at the time of crisis, and it's important we recognize their special skills. You look at them, you see them, and then you encourage them. I don't know if this answered your question properly. Please let me know. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ma. We're going to have question and answer segment. So, I mean, if there are other things that we need to shed more light on, then it will come up then. I'm going again now. I know you've spoken to us about leading changes, especially in organization, whatever we have, not to sit back, but to be able to take charge and believe in ourselves that we are capable, we're able to do some things, and also to encourage other girls, because sometimes when we're in a group or a team, you know that someone is capable of handling some things, but a girl or a woman, you might want to let me sit back, maybe men should do it because I read it severally, and then you look around you to then you say, oh, it's a man's word. And of course, you look at Nigerian Senate and you find out that there are only 4 women there. Where are the other women? Where are the women in the Senate? I mean, I'm an advocate that, okay, women can actually do better too. But then if you now ask me to take a lead too, I will look twice or look around me. Oh, can I enter politics like this? And then, because if women are not there, I tell you, they may not be able to project our interest as women or project interest of girls. So I want to ask you, Mr. Adefo, okay, like I have mentioned, what are the barriers girls and women face when leading change in communities or schools or environments? And then how can men, right, become allies for girl-led and women-led change? Can you speak to us on this?
Thank you so very much. Now, there are a lot of barriers that women face in this regard. First and foremost, the stereotyping of ourselves. The irony of which is that we're the one that stereotype ourselves. The men don't naturally stereotype us most times. We do that, especially the older ones amongst us do the stereotyping. Oh, why do you want to go into politics? You don't know that politics is for people who are not serious. Oh, you don't know that politics is for this and for that. One of the things that I've learned over the years as the mother of girls, I'm a mother of 3 girls. So I understand, the essence of making sure that no girl child is left behind in any form, either educationally or whatsoever, because girls are doing amazingly well in schools and in every sphere. Ironically, it doesn't transform into economic empowerment, neither does it transform into leadership space. And because of the cultural stereotype that we normally have in the society. Some of us have good access to education, but yet, despite the fact that a lot of girls are in school, the number of girls that are in school is still not enough. So education is one major thing that we need to do. We need to continue to make sure that the girl child is at the forefront of this campaign that we're talking about. If you take a look at the story of Malala, it was in crisis time that her voice was being heard, insisting that she needed to go to school. And that has been a major lesson that I feel that that has been a major lesson that I have taken a lot from. Then gender-based violence is also another thing that has hindered the female from doing a lot of things. From the home, particularly women staying in abusive marriage, insisting that they are there, I'm there because of my children. I always tell them that you are not there because of your children. You are there because of what the society will say. Because if you remain in an abusive marriage, you break the child more, particularly the girl child. It becomes a norm in her head to feel that she's less of her male counterparts. And that's actually, so I tell women, who cares to know everything, that you remain in an abusive marriage because of your selfish interest. And the selfish interest goes to the extent that what would the society say about me? And until we begin to shift away from getting validation from the society, then we will now become enough as a girl child. Because all of us are still girl child. Every one of us, either we're a woman or not, we're all still girl child. Then until we stop this, I call it the PhD syndrome. And women do it a lot. Who had Down syndrome? As long as it's a woman that is running for that position, no, she cannot do it. Is she not a woman? She's supposed to be the people who will be leading the campaign against her are actually women. And until we begin to move away from that, then our numbers will still remain 4 in the Senate if we don't move away from that. If we don't move away from the mindset that the place of a girl child, the place of the woman is in the kitchen, because nobody will tell our story better than us. And our voices are expected to be heard. And if we don't speak loud, nobody will hear us. Today now, I know that a lot of even our male counterparts are beginning to be threatened, feeling that, because see, take a look at the educational sector. I think recently the Nigerian Law School had about over 200 and something first-class students. And out of these over 200 and something, I think almost more than 70% of the persons in the first-class cadre, they're actually ladies, they are women. But has this, all this first class, 2-1, has it transformed into leadership positions for the women? No. Has it transformed into economic empowerment for the women? No. And until we begin to have a lot of economic empowerment, it's not be that easy for us to go into the Nigerian politics, sincerely, because it requires a lot of strength, a lot of resilience. But another thing that I say is that it requires you being consistent, being intentional. Intentionality is one thing that we need to learn in this space, because nobody will bring anything to our doorstep. If we don't go for it, nobody will tell us to come and take it. They do not even want us to take it. But if we do not go for it, we will remain at the back stage. And that is not where we're supposed to be. We're at the forefront. We're at the point in front. We need to do a lot of more mentorship to our young girls, cohorts. Even we need to have our mates coming together with us, pull our hands together, pull our resources together, support each other, and stop the pull her drown syndrome that we are used to. We're used to that already, because I think it's something that is given down to us from generation to generation, and yet we've not moved away from it. Let me stop so that another person can. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. From what you've said about the mentorship, about the supporting one another, supporting women, people will say women supporting women, but then you look around and you feel that we've not supported each other enough because of the kind of capacity that we have as women, that when we're ready to get something done, it will be done. It will be done. But you found out that we're still not there yet. And I need Mrs. Onomusi to still talk to us more. How can we lead beyond limits? We're looking at the future. We're looking at preparing girls and women for the future, especially in technology in nation building, like I made mention of that. From our immediate environment, we're looking at the future. Now, we're not where we're supposed to be yet, but when we look back, we're not where the women used to be in time past, and we've broken some barriers, but we've not really gotten there. So I need talk to us. How can we prepare ourselves and girls and women for the future in leading beyond limits? Thank you, Ma.
Fantastic. Thank you. That's such a brilliant question. I think the first thing that we have to do is to do. We do a lot of talking and very little doing. And the doing, so by that I mean we know a lot of the problems, right? We understand exactly what the last speaker was talking about. Older women that feel, is it threatened by the emergence of younger women and younger leaders? We understand the threats that we face by coming up against men and the different ways in which they handle leadership versus the way that we've been taught. We understand how we're not doing, we're not being solutions oriented. And one of the ways we can be solutions oriented is to sponsor a younger girl. And by sponsor, I mean mention her name in a room that she is not present. I know Sarah, she can do this job. Sarah is going to do it. I know Tinuke. Tinuke has the skills. She's got a 2-1. There's no reason that we should have another male person in this room when this person who applied for this role is more than capable of doing it. And I insist on giving her her chance with a 3-month probation. You see educational opportunity. Oh, come and learn UI UX. Come and learn data analysis. Come and learn whatever. And then you see the amounts, and the amounts is something that you can afford easily. Speak to the organizer. I want to pay for 2 girls to join this class. I want to get your money from everybody else, advertise it the way that you're advertising it. I am giving you the money, but on the condition that it's for 2 ladies that you think can fill this position. We need to start doing the things that we say that we are supposed to be doing. Where you have young girls sitting around in conversations, having self-limiting conversations, damaging conversations, restrictive conversations, and they want to top their ceiling at what dress are they going to wear on their wedding day or whatever, step in as the older auntie and talk to them about potential, talk to them about what they can do, talk to them about yourself. Me, I didn't think I would become this. I didn't think I would become that, but see me today. This is what I'm able to do. This is what I'm able to afford, or this is the rooms in which I'm able to speak in as a result of my resilience or my forward movement or my doggedness or my academic. I was really blown away by the qualifications that were read about the co-speakers on this panel. You are already a walking example. Are you a talking example? Are you a doing example? Are you actually changing a young girl's life? Are you teaching? Now, let me be clear. Out of every 10 that you help, 8 may resort back to type. They may say, I don't want all of this. I just want to be, I want my soft life. I want to live my best. And that is valid. I'm not here in any way, shape, or form to suggest that it's not. But if you see someone striving to be better, striving to be different, wanting to do something else, then be the change that you say you want to be. So that is help from the quarters of the women. I also noticed that you asked a question about allyship from our male counterparts. One of the things that men can do to help women reach their potential is to amplify our voices. There's a trend at the moment where whenever a woman says something or whenever there's a case that's being dealt with, there are small corners of men that come out and say, oh, but what about men? We too, we go through a lot, or we too, we do this. Or a true ally says, yes, there will be time to discuss what men are going through. It's not every time a woman raises a concern or raises a problem, that's when you remember that you want to speak up about the things that are affecting men as well. So the first thing is to help us amplify our voices. The second thing is to walk a mile in our shoes. I've noticed that some of the strongest allies are men who have gone through the kinds of lives that women go through. When you've been left with your 1-year-old baby or something because your wife had to travel to the village or something, suddenly that man changes his tune about what parenthood actually is. I have a friend whose husband was very much against the idea of house help because he said, there were 4 of us and our mother raised us and we never had any house help in the home. You just have 2 children. You are just lazy. Unfortunately for that woman, she suffered a bout of cerebral malaria, where after the initial, whatever you want to call it, coartem or whatever, when it wasn't working, she had to go into hospital. She was in hospital for 10 days. By the time she came out of the hospital, she met a maid in the house. I'm not talking about, oh, the man said, oh, I think maybe it's time for us to get a maid. She met one. That means within 10 days, he had realized the work that's involved. He had reached out to his mother, because that's what he said. He said, oh, I spoke to my mom, and my mom was the one that helped me to get this girl. And the girl that he met in the house was somebody who actually knew where the plates went, where the cutlery went, where the pot. So this is clearly somebody that has been in this house for quite a few days. When you walk a mile in someone else's shoes, you start to have more empathy. You start to understand what this fight actually is about. The third thing is to be a safe space. When they tell you something, this is not, oh, you know, maybe he was just playing with you. It doesn't mean now, manage. No. If someone trusts you, if a young girl trusts you and comes to you to say, this is happening to me, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm up against, be a safe space. And this is both men and women. Be a safe space, because a woman too, I was just talking about my friend's husband now and the way he changed. There are also women who don't understand what other women are talking about, maybe as a result of status. You've always lived with a housemaid, so you don't even understand what some people are talking about sometimes. Or sometimes you don't have children, so you don't even understand what it means to organize your life around midterm break. You don't even understand the financial implication of January or on a parent, or the implication of school fees or school clothes or whatever. Or the parent tells you that the school fees is 20K. And then you're saying, okay, so why do you need 100K? Oh, you don't know they need clothes. You don't know they need shoes. You don't know they need exercise books. You don't know they need. So when we're talking about how can we really change these things, I think we have so many of these sessions. I always like to say that March is one of the months I hate the most. Women's History Month, International Month of the Woman, March 8th. Everybody from Google to Microsoft to IBM, they're all doing panels, and beautiful women are all coming out and speaking. And then by April, it's business as usual. We talk a lot. Every single one of us can take a woman under our wing. Every single one of us can disrupt a toxic conversation when they hear it. Every single one of us can be a safe space for a hurting young girl. Sometimes I hear school fees in some parts of Nigeria, and I'm like, I can pay a year's fee. This isn't based on my income or my level or whether I have money or not. This is based on certain places have lower fees than other places. Please, I'm not making this into an income competition. I'm saying, no matter how small you think you are, that you're small is a huge difference in someone else's life. So the simple solution is doing, action, change, intentionality. Don't wait for the government to legislate something. Don't wait for, but what are people really doing about this matter? You are people. You are people. So I think that's the change that we need. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much, ma. Thank you. Each and every one of us should do something, no matter how little it is. Hold somebody's hands and leading them, helping them, supporting them, breaking ceilings and opening their eyes to opportunities and letting them also realize that you have potentials in you. So it's not just about, oh, women, men sometimes they are like, oh, they will just make noise and that's the end. You have Mother's Day, you have this day, you have that day and all that. Are you the only one? But at the same time, you look at beyond the talk, doing it. Just do it. And a friend told me something years back. I said, where you think you are and you feel, oh, I need to do more, is somebody else's prayer point. Now let me just get to that. Let me just get to that place. Let me just, and then you are here and then you feel, oh, I've not really done anything. Yeah, it's good for you to be able to aim higher and do more. Mrs. Amara, uh, you've done a lot of work with SMEs and all that. And of course, for SMEs, you see more of women. Can you just share with us maybe your experience with women and some things that you would change as a policy, maybe tailored towards women? Basically, yeah, I know that for us women, we're not waiting to be given anything. Maybe you just sit back and you feel other people will come and worship at your feet and give you things and make you also need, at least from what we've even gotten tonight from this webinar, is that you go for it. You also, you put yourself out there. You tell yourself, I'm capable. I have what it takes to be able to do whatever it is that I need to do. But yeah, we still know that some women are doing a bit that they can, as it were right now, as it is right now. But then from your experience working with the SMEs, and because finance really for some women, finance is a key issue. So can you just talk to us, maybe your experience and how uh, we can, at least for some of us here, we can also do better, or ways by which we can bring our dreams for many people that want to go into entrepreneurship and things that they want to do on their own without really depending or doing a 9 to 5 job. Can you talk to us, please?
Okay, thank you for that question. So, it's an interesting, the SME sector has, I always feel that we maybe will have about 70% women, and I'm not joking. So when you go to Instagram, for example, you will see so many women-led businesses, out there. Now, why some of them are thriving, some will just fail after a couple of maybe weeks. So I always will say, okay, so when I studied and I found out that first, there are a couple of issues, that women-led businesses, maybe things that they need to do better. So the first thing is you have to find out in your business, fine, but you have access to information. What more can you do about your business? What more can you do? Do you need to get certification? Do you need to find out more about maybe someone else that has run such handled such a business, what they did to succeed? So the first to do as an SME, as a woman that owns a business on your own, is to find out what are other people doing. There's nothing wrong with doing your research and finding out what has worked for your predecessors. And then the number two is, see, the thing about funding, I want to talk about funding. People always feel that, when a woman wants to start a business, that's what I typically will notice. They speak to maybe their loved ones. First times for the married ones, it may be their spouses and then their friends. For the young girls on this call, I always will say, for me, I believe a lot in God. So I would say pray very hard for a supportive spouse that allows you grow. See, it really shapes who you become, because sometimes when you have your ideas, they are one of the first people you run to, so they can either make you or mar you. You understand? So the marriage is not what you rush into. Just choose a supportive spouse. Now, when you choose your business, when you've started your business and you want to access funding, sometimes your funding will come from your spouse, it can come from your family, but there's the one you owe yourself. The one you owe yourself is to find out online. There are a lot of things going on now for women. They are funding what they call it, grants for women in tech, women in this, and women in that. So if you have access to information, for example, there's this page I follow on LinkedIn, which I've connected a lot of women to. They call it opportunities for youth. So you see a lot of grants, you see a lot of openings, fellowships, and all that, free, paid for. There are a lot of things out there for women. So see if there is one for your own business. So gather information on funding, and then look around and see, are there people that can support your dream? And then another thing is, nothing is handed over to you as a business owner. That's what one of the hardest things I've found out. I've grown my own businesses, and I've noticed that sometimes I have to push, sometimes I have to just go the extra mile myself. So if you own your own business, it's your business. I mean, you sleep and wake up in your business. So you owe it to yourself to now push. Are there people that you know that have been in this industry that can guide you? That is one. Are there courses that you need to attend? There are free courses online. Please attend them. And then for example, I'll talk about, I'm still talking about funding. Yeah, it's part of it. There are also banks that support your dreams. But when you don't seek the information, you will not find out. So I would say one is just be very put yourself out there, learn from the people that have been in your field. Two, seek information. Three, reach out to communities. I would say that there are partnerships. There are women that have entered partnerships and they will say it has paid them. It didn't really pay them. They have negative experiences, but there are good women out there. You understand? So find yourself in put yourself in communities of other women, like these African Young Brains, for example, when they are just maybe as we finish speaking, Mrs. Rachel spoke about us doing. Maybe after you can reach out to her privately or reach out to me privately. Sometimes you don't start with asking for funding, start with asking for ideas. Oh, I enjoyed your session. What more can I do? This is what I'm doing currently, and this is where I need guidance. On your own, look out for who will mentor you. Sometimes people are so involved in what their own pursuing their own dreams that they may not see you. So sometimes when you identify who will help you as a business owner, you owe it to yourself and owe it to your business and your child that is watching you, your female child that is watching you. She's watching you because when she grows up, how all these things are things that she will pick up and she becomes a better person and a better woman. So reach out to that mentor, reach out to that person and say, this is what I am doing currently. By the time you reach out to like 10 people, 2 will respond to you, and before you know it, one person is holding the door open for you to walk through. So I will say, for business owners, please, it is your responsibility. You understand? A lot of things will not be handed to you. Just seek it, be daring, and find. There are people that are there, even men. There are men that are allies that will be there to just support you. Say, okay, you know what? I'll fund this. I will do that for you, and I'll do that for you. So, I mean, that is my advice to women-led businesses. I mean, there's a lot we can do as women. I think that covers it for now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've gained a lot tonight. Uh, don't just be an island on your own. Reach out and don't sit back and feel, oh, they will just put it on my lap or they will just give it to me or I have some skills. You talk, speak out. I can do this. I can. And if you need help, somebody can help you. But if you're on your own or you're keeping calm, keeping quiet and all that, and another thing is for us to support one another. You recognize a gift or a skill in someone. Don't say, oh, don't pull anybody down. I know we don't have such people in our midst here, but the reason why we're talking about it is that you can correct it in other people. If you see anybody coming up with negative vibes or thinking, okay, less of another person, you can correct it because that is also what we need to be doing, to be correcting wrongs, to be correct, not to turn the other side when evil things are going on around us or somebody else pulling another person that says, me, I did not contribute to. You speak to it that no, that's not the way to go. We need to talk to each other. We need to speak with one another and we need to help one another, support one another. It's very key right now. Somebody said if you want to walk alone, you walk. If you cover a distance, you walk alone. But if you walk with multiple, you achieve so much within a very short time because each and every one of us, we have things that God has placed in us to contribute to our existence, to make us a better person and to make this world, a global world, a beautiful place to be. I will open up for questions now, and then if you have questions or to any of our panelists that you want us to talk about, but it should not be more than 1 minute. So the floor is open right now. Just indicate if you have a question or you want to contribute. Please, we'll make it very snappy. Just indicate on the chat room or indicate or raise your hands, then I'll call you. All right, okay. It's Mrs. Onamusi putting her hand up. Maybe you have something to add.
I do indeed. I just really wanted to thank Ms. Amara for raising the topic about mentorship and getting that help and speaking to people. But then she said it in a way, she said something that's so powerful that I really want every young lady in the room to grasp. But she said it so fleetingly that the way she said it makes me understand that it's something that she's very comfortable with and maybe doesn't understand that these young girls don't get it. And the way she said the statement was, oh, you can reach out to a mentor, blah, 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 and then ask them for ideas and then say, this is what I've done, this is what, and she said it so fleetingly, but it's so powerful. The number of women of a particular age or status or level of experience or wisdom that have young girls who just come and say, tell me what to do. Help me. It's help I need, please. The second part of that statement is the most important. If you want somebody that you're looking up to help you, to mentor you, to guide you or navigate through an uncharted territory, you have to say what you've put into your life. What is your skin in the game? It is based on what you tell me that I will say, oh, this is a serious person. This person has actually tried so hard for themselves. They just need to be put through one or two little things that maybe they don't understand by virtue of, being new to the game or not having been here a long time. Mentorship etiquette, mentee etiquette, the things you need to bring to a table as a mentee is so much more powerful than anything your mentor will ever tell you, because nobody will invest out of their time. I only have 25 hours in a day and I need 27 at least. So anything you're asking me to do is taken out of time I don't have to help you. And I am in the legacy stage of my life. I believe every woman here who agreed to jump on this call is thinking about the next generation, passing things. So we want to help. We want to. There's no such thing as big manism or, oh, what is she feeling like? There's something that happens in every woman that she gets to an age and she wants to talk to a younger woman. There's something in her that is like, if I'd known these things a bit earlier, or if someone had only but told me this thing. So everything in our body is geared towards helping you. But we have limited time, we have limited resources, and we have limited bandwidth for rubbish and laziness. So if you're coming to the table, when you introduce yourself, hi, I'm Rachel Onomusi. I love that conversation that you had. This particular part of it was what struck out to me. I myself, I've been trying to do this. In fact, I've started a course on blah, 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 blah. I didn't have enough money to complete the course. I looked for free training online. I've done this one, this part, that part. To help you will cost me nothing. Nothing. I will be the one looking for you. Find out how far did you end up finishing that course? Did you do this? Are you still working on that thing? That's really good. Oh, somebody I know has a job. They're looking for a starter to help with this, or they're looking for, cost nothing. So I really want to highlight that part that she said about mentorship and about what you are doing to prove yourself ready and in position, and you are ready to receive the help and run with the help. Thank you so much, Ms. Njoku, for bringing that up, and thank you, moderator. I'll leave the room for questions now, please.
All right, thank you so much. So when you're coming, you're looking for mentorship, don't come empty. Don't come empty. Do your own work, and what you cannot do is what a mentor will help you and guide you through, at least strengthen you. And you may think you don't have strength in that area, but then she will help you navigate it. But you're not coming empty. You're coming having done your own work and all that. All you need is just icing on the cake. All right, ma. Miss Adefowo. Okay. All right, I
Thank
can
you
see you
very
raising your
much.
hand.
I actually wanted to add to what Mrs. Onomusi said. Don't be a leech on your mentor. Don't be honestly, because sometimes, like she has explained, it can be really overwhelming. So don't be a leech, like she said, be prepared. But somebody who has something really, something impacting to come and ask me. Oh, you want, oh, ma'am, I've been doing this. I need your direction. We'll be glad to direct, and we'll be glad to, carry you on. But unfortunately, I know that this generation, there are a lot of them who are very, very smart, who just need that little direction and they are on. But there are some of them who are so sorry, who do not even want to do anything. They want you to drag them when you are ready to even, they're ready to carry them along, but they are not ready. They want you to drag them. While you are busy dragging them, if you are not careful, they will drag you and you remain in one position. So sincerely, mentors, there are a lot of mentors out there who are ready. And even both young and middle level mentors, because like I've always said, I'd encourage a lot of mentors in same cohorts who are almost of just a little over, you like 1, 2 years in career path or whatever, because you've got a lot to learn from them than those who are. I stopped the idea of a mentor who is 40 years in the career ladder and someone who is just coming up. No, the difference is too huge. It's huge that if you're not careful, you'll be lost in the path. But someone who is 5 years, I remember I did a program, I think it was last year, chat with a mentor. This mentor that I chose at that particular point in time was just 7 years post call at the bar. And I chose, mentees for her who are just 1, 2 years, 3 years at the back. Because as someone who is 7 years in the career of her ladder, she has done a lot, she has learned a lot, she has, put a lot out there, she has a book to her name, she has a lot that she has done, and it was easier to connect. The connection was really, really easy. Unlike when I'm looking for someone who is 40 years, 30 years in the career ladder to come and mentor someone in one, they are not of the same generation at all. And they are not even, it will be difficult for that mentee to really learn from that mentor. So that's just me chipping in that into what the two earlier speakers have said. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. The floor is open. Please let's hear from you, our participants. Let's hear from you. Okay. Your participants, because you're also participating. So let's hear from you. If you have any question or all right. Okay. All right. We have a contribution in the chat room. I'll read it. Thank you all for all your impactful and insightful discourse today. Just to add to what Mr. Marachuku said, as our godchild is watching us start up and thrive in our different professions as women, our boys are also looking and learning all they need that will eventually make them agreeable husbands, friends, employers, and decent humans who will support the women in their lives. Thank you very much. Because we're looking at what can we do that will make male child or men support women, because we are not the attention is not only on women, because they are not going to live in an isolation. Men will be there, boys will be there, all male men in all their full regalia will be there, and there is need for men also to be raised in such a way that it will be easier for them to support our women, to support girls. Do we have any other contribution? All right. Um, we're rounding off little by little, and okay. All right. Mrs. Amara, okay. Okay, let me call Dr. Priscilla first, and then I'll get back to Miss Amara.
Okay, thank you very much for the session. I want to thank all the speakers for this session. It's been very impactful, very insightful on, what it means to be a woman and also how to utilize it in this time and age. My question is about these conversations that we are having. I think I don't want to say we're having it because we are in a, I don't say, a position where we can have it. There are some people that don't still have these conversations. It's like we're able to have elevated conversations, but there are some ladies that they don't have the opportunity to have these elevated conversations. The level of conversation is always low. I'm currently serving in the southern part of Nigeria, and I see, I'm in interactions with a lot of secondary school girls, and the level of conversation is not this elevated. So my question is, how do we bring it down to them? How do we have this conversation about, okay, this is what it means to be a woman, this is how to position yourself, this is how to harness all the opportunities that the woman has to her disposal? How do we bring this conversation? Because they are the ones that would later be where we are. But if they don't have this information, it's basically like we continue to repeat the cycle. So that's my question. Thank you very much.
All right, ma.
Can I take this? Can I respond to this? Please, Amara.
Okay, ma. Yes, okay, ma. You can go ahead, ma.
Okay, so I would use myself as an example, yeah. As far back as when I was maybe 7, I had started paying school fees for people that are not my siblings. I have younger sisters. So I'll find out that some of their classmates in school will say, oh, they don't have girls, of course. They don't have these small school fees to complete. They don't have that to complete. So as far back as then, I didn't even know what it was. I just knew that it came from a place of, oh, they're like younger sisters to me. The other day, my younger sister was reminding me of the issue they had in school, and I told her what to do. I told them what is the worst that can happen. I always will say, what is the worst that can happen, really, And then she told me how it helped them overcome an issue. What I'm trying to say is, see, nobody is too young to mentor. You see those people the people you spoke about, I said that they don't have these conversations. You are there already. So you're already in a position to mentor another person. So you don't wait until you have 10 years experience or 20 years experience. It's just that desire to see another woman, another girl, another young lady just become better. You understand? So at that time, you have become a mentor to that person. It does not need to be that very strict. Okay, I'm a mentor, I'm a mentee. No, you're just there already. So you listen to them, you advise them. It may just be for just one-off, but that one-off you've mentioned, you've spoken to that person, you've advised that person will go a very long way. You may just know about it years later. So what I always will say, start from where you are. I lead teams, and a couple of times I see young girls shortchanging themselves, not I always will say, you, okay, when I'm not around, you, Jola, you have to lead, you, this, I appoint the women, I do it intentionally, I push them, and I see that they do it and they do it well. So my own is, for you, wherever you are, start from there. If I travel down to the east and I see a young lady, I am always just eager to just tell them, oh, do it this way and do it that way. And I'm always there to, just do the little I can. So I would say, I think it was Ms. Rachel that mentioned something about us doing, wherever you are, even if it's 1 year experience. You can even mentor me. You may feel like, oh, maybe I'm older, I'm more experienced, but there are places that you have more experience than I am. I'm a beginner in tech, and my younger sister is mentoring me in that. I don't mind because I don't know that area. So wherever you are, mentor the person around you, speak to that person, hold that person's hand, teach them what they don't know. And then you just see that it just, is what we will see that will go around. I think that is how to do it. And then there are other institutions, there are bodies also that want to go down to all those places to try to speak to the girl children, or just, so if those ones, they can do what they can do. But the way to start is start from where you are, and then it just gets better after that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma. I can see Miss Onomusi's hand up. Miss Rachel.
I think Ms. Amara has done a fantastic job of answering that. Just start with where you are. You can be the change that you want to see. I really don't have anything else to add to that. I did want to say a little something right before the end of the program, so I'll just wait to see if anybody else has any more questions.
Okay. All right. Do we have any other question? Nobody? All right. Okay. All right. We'll be rounding off now. I just need one word from all our panelists. Just one word. A word of advice just in rounding off. I'll start with Mrs. Adefowoke. Just one word, 1 minute.
Okay, thank you so very much. Like I've always said, be bold, dare to dream, and the sky is big enough for each and every one of us to fly. All of us, all the women around the world, and do something differently as a woman, especially when you find yourself in a place of leadership. Do something different, do something extraordinary, do something daring, and the sky is just the beginning. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you very much, Ma. Okay. Miss Samara, your final word.
Okay, so I'm someone that is very passionate about young people. Really, my team, they know me. Sometimes I'll tell them I'm trying to learn how to, maybe be that wicked female boss, but it just always doesn't come out right. So I'll tell the young people what I always tell the people in my team. So sometimes you feel that maybe you have, for example, you have KPIs at work. So narrow it down to maybe your education and all that, and you feel that you're not doing good enough. There are other things really that will make you happy. I always will tell them, okay, maybe you need to diversify. What I'm just trying to say that um there is a lot you can do as a woman. One of the good things about being growing like as a woman, like I find myself, is that I found my voice. I feel very confident, very strong. So I'm just telling the younger ones, see, you will find your voice. It may take years, it may look like a puzzle, it may look like I don't even know. I'm not getting it right, just not right at this moment. A time will come when you have sudden clarity. Suddenly you just know where you're headed. All those experiences you picked along the way. I'm someone that I've worked 9 to 5. I've owned my businesses. I'm still doing 9 to 5. I'm still doing business. Like, there was a time it all didn't make sense to me. But now suddenly everything is coming together and is making sense. So wherever you are, see, don't give up. Oh, there's just so much more you can do. There's so much you can offer. So put yourself together, reach out for help if you need. I'm here. The other speakers are there to guide you. And then let's just see where, maybe after now, maybe Dr. Femi and the Young Brain team, you may need to just put together maybe short mentoring, something really, maybe for a couple of weeks, and see how we can help the younger ones. Who knows? Yeah. So yeah, I'm very excited. Speaking to young people excites me. But all in all, you have the future ahead of you. Just pray, be focused, and you will see where you will get to. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so very much, Ma. Then we have Mr. Nomusi. Your final word, Ma.
So if I could crave your indulgence, please, before I make my final word. The announcement that I wanted to make was I actually have an ongoing campaign or competition for any of the young people in the room. I had decided on the 1st of October, I was thinking about my social media, and of course, everybody will always write Happy Independence Day. I can't be bothered. So I was like, okay, what does independence look like from your troubles, from your strife? So I have a micro grant of 500,000 naira for a young man or woman. Doesn't have to be a woman at all. There's a criteria. There's all sorts of things. You have to be living in Nigeria. You have to be between the ages of 18 to 25. The deadline is the 21st of October to submit your video. All of that, if it's okay, I'll place my LinkedIn in the chat. and you will see all of the information there. Just look for the post that was on the 1st of October. If you apply, there will be like a 10 days panel will go through the submissions, and we're going to pick a winner. And then on the 31st, that person will get not just the grants, but also a little mentorship to go with whatever they want to do. I should add, it's not just business. So if you have a learning goal, if you have an idea or something that you want to do, but it has to be something close to that amount. Don't come with, I want UI UX course that's 20K and then you will pocket the other 480K, you will not be selected. So instead of just saying, oh, happy independence, how about independence from the things that are holding you down, and let's really do something different. That's what I wanted to say. So please permit me to put my LinkedIn in the chat if that's okay. Otherwise, you can just search, it's just my name, it's Rachel Onomusi on LinkedIn. My closing words is to say,
please go ahead and put it there. Please
okay,
go ahead.
Thank you so much. My final word is to say that nobody is going to come to hand you the life that you want. Nobody is going to come. This life, it's a battle. You are seeing ladies on this panel of a certain age telling you that for some time it didn't make sense. You're just doing, you're doing, you're going to the work every day, you're doing. But one day it will click. To not lower the tone of the room, one day it goes soft, it go make sense, everything go just, you get.
Yeah.
But it's down to you. It's down to your efforts. Rachel has not finished worrying about herself before she comes to be carrying you and dragging you and leading you to greatness. But everything you need for where you are trying to get to has been implemented within you. The resources, the brain power. There's statistics or research that shows that on average, girls do better than boys in logical and mathematical subjects up until about the age of 12. And then for some reason, you see me putting for some reason in air quotes, for some reason, they start falling down by the wayside and then the boys pick up. There's plenty of research that supports the fact that women start slipping in certain analytical and mathematical subjects because that is around the age that societal constructs kick into place. So everything you need to be a genius, to elevate yourself, to take yourself from where you are to where you want to be is within you. And then add that to the greater community. Mentors, supporters, sisters, men, allies, husbands. A fantastic comment here was about the spouse that you have, the partner you marry, and how the kind of difference that it makes. So my final word is, nobody is going to really help you or change your life or make it better than you. But if you are so brave as to do it, you will be amazed at where you can go with this. Thank you so much. And thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. I don't even have anything to add to all this. We've heard so much, and just take care of the opportunities that come to you. Like they say, nobody owes you anything, but you have to push yourself out there that I have so much to offer before anybody can, wait to listen to you. And then from what you said, okay, all right, let's give her a chance also. But if you didn't, push yourself out there, if you didn't say anything, there are billions and billions of people, and you meet several in a day. You don't have the time to sit down and start investigating whether somebody has anything to offer. You will be the one to push yourself out there and say, I have this to offer. And then they can give you a listening ear, and then you can be helped and be supported if there is need for that. And at the same time, don't wait until you get to where you're going before you support other people. These panelists, these women, great women here that have been speaking to us for the past 1.5 hours, they're not just sitting back and, everything done. No, they're still moving. They're still making progress. They are still forging ahead, but at the same time, they are not losing the focus or losing sight of the fact that somebody else needs help. And so, in your journey in life, you meet people that you can help as well. And like Miss Amara said, from where you are, the change can start with you. And like Miss Adefowoke said, you cannot just sit back and just be one of the prawns that, oh, you don't have anything to add. You have a lot to add. And like Miss Onomusi said too, just reach out, go out, follow your skills, get better, get better, get better, do all you can within your immediate environment, everything God has deposited in you, that you can be whatever you have chosen or you have proposed in your heart to be. You have the skills, you have the resources, you have people around you, and you are blessed to be here tonight hearing all these things, because a change that has been put inside you can be unlocked right where you are. And you will also be a change that people will look at and they can also tap from the grace that you have put out there and put to be the, to change the world where you are. My name again is Ayobami Desmond, and I want to thank the convener of African Young Brains, Dr. Awoyomi, and thank all our panelists tonight, Ms. Adefowoke, Mrs. Onamusi, and Mrs. Ifeanyi Chukwu Njoko. It's been a pleasure moderating. It's been a pleasure, drinking from your wealth of experience and all this that you have to share with us tonight. Thank you so very much. And to all our participants, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I know you have learned so much. And your action points, don't wait till tomorrow, start from tonight and putting all those gaps, be filling them one by one. There's nothing to wait for again. And like Miss Onomusi posted the link, please go ahead and click on it to get more about it. And also, you can join the WhatsApp of Extraordinary Women of African Young Brains. The link has been posted on the page again. And thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. It's beautiful having you tonight. And before we celebrate another International Girl Child Day, I'm sure you have a lot you would have been able to put to place. You're not just writing it and just put it in your notes. In the next 1 year, you will look at today and you go through the action points of tonight and you say, oh, either the Lord has helped me. Thank you, everyone. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. It's been
Thank
a
you.
wonderful time being together and having these conversations. I would like to thank all our panelists and the participants for this session. It's been impactful for your input and also for your participation. I'd like to make some announcements. We have our annual meetup conference in November 2025. More details about it would be shared on our platforms. So I would encourage everyone to join the platform so that they can be aware. Also, we would be seeking for sponsors. If you're interested in sponsoring the Women Conference and girls that are learning, we have the AI and data analysis and machine learning program, where for about 3 months, women are being taught on AI machine learning. Anyone interested in sponsoring girls and women can reach out to our pioneer, and then we'll be doing that. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming around. Our speakers were so grateful for this session. Do have a wonderful week ahead. Bye and God bless you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Good night. Bye.
Good night.